everyone! Welcome back to Toon Talk English, the place where we share real stories to help you learn English in a fun and easy way. Today, I'm going to tell you something a little personal. Have you ever felt like your phone controls your life more than you do? Well, that was me. So, I decided to do something a little crazy. I quit my phone for 24 hours. No texts, no social media, no notifications. Nothing. In this episode, I'll share exactly what happened, how I felt, what I discovered, and most importantly, whether I'd do it again. So sit back, relax, and let's jump into the story. I quit my phone for 24 hours. This happened.
Have you ever asked yourself, am I addicted to my phone?
That question hit me one night as I was endlessly scrolling through videos. My eyes were tired, my brain felt numb, but I just couldn't stop. Then I checked my screen time. 8 hours. That number felt like a slap. So I made a bold decision. No phone. For 24 hours. Just me and the world without a screen. The next morning felt strange. No alarm, no music, no quick messages. I felt disconnected, as if part of me was missing. I sat at the table with my breakfast, staring at the wall. Usually, I scroll through the news or watch a video, but now, the silence was loud. It was uncomfortable, but also refreshing. My mind had space to breathe. After breakfast, I found myself wandering around my room. I noticed things I hadn't paid attention to in months. Old books, dusty journals, and even a guitar I once tried to learn. I picked it up and played a few rusty chords. It sounded awful, but it made me laugh. For the first time in a while, I was reconnecting with myself. Not my digital self, but the real one. By noon, I felt the urge to reach for my phone. It was like a habit my body remembered, even when my brain said no. I kept glancing at the drawer. Maybe just one message, I thought. But I stopped myself. Instead, I wrote in my journal about what I was feeling. Lonely, restless, but also curious. In the afternoon, I went for a walk, without earbuds, without distractions. At first, it felt awkward. I didn't know where to look. But then I noticed the rustling leaves, the sound of footsteps, and the laughter of children playing nearby. It felt like the world had details I had forgotten. Even the breeze on my skin felt different, more alive. I walked slowly, like I had nowhere else to be. That evening, I helped my mom cook dinner. Usually, I would be watching a video while chopping vegetables. But today, we talked. I asked her about her childhood, and she told me stories I'd never heard. We laughed, we joked, we burned the onions, but it didn't matter. It felt like I was truly present. And being present is something I had forgotten how to do. At night, I usually scroll until I fall asleep. But tonight, my room was dark and quiet. I lit a candle, opened a poetry book, and let the silence wrap around me. It felt like time slowed down. I even sat on my balcony and watched the stars. Without a glowing screen, I noticed how peaceful the world really is at night. No likes, no messages, just moonlight and thoughts. The next morning, I woke up earlier than usual. And surprisingly, I didn't feel the urge to check my phone right away. Instead, I stretched, drank water, and wrote down a few goals. My mind felt clearer. It was like someone had cleaned the windows in my brain. I realized how many hours I usually give away to a tiny screen when real life is waiting right outside it. After 24 hours, I finally picked up my phone. But it didn't feel the same. I didn't rush to open every app. I didn't feel excited. In fact, I felt calm. I had just spent a day in silence, reflection, and real connection. And honestly, it was one of the most peaceful days I've had in years. This journey taught me more than I expected. I realized I wasn't just addicted to my phone, I was disconnected from real life. In just one day, I felt refreshed, less restless, and more present. I noticed how simple moments like a morning stretch, a walk in nature, or cooking with my mom could feel alive again. Breaking old habits helped me reconnect with myself, and that was the most valuable part of all. So if you ever feel overwhelmed by your phone, try giving yourself one day without it. You might just discover something beautiful waiting outside your screen. Thanks so much for listening to my story. If it touched you or helped you learn something new, please like this video and subscribe to Toon Talk English for more real stories and everyday English learning. See you next time.